welcome you once again to the SCORE Business Showcase. And today we have another super guest with us. It's Kadisha. And Kadisha, why don't you let us know what the name of your company?
Well, my company's name is Networks Infrastructure LLC. We're here in Bridgeport, Connecticut, and we are a low voltage wiring company. Telecommunications we do, voice and data, fiber optics, audio visual, dot systems, you name it.
Okay.
Flat screen TVs.
I think I need to pull out a dictionary to see what you're talking about there. But anyways, that's great. Now, who are your ideal clients?
Well, currently our clientele is having us go to Manhattan to a lot of commercial projects. We typically do commercial projects, but we're definitely looking to expand here in Connecticut.
All right, excellent, excellent. And what is your ideal, your particular client that that you had most success with? Let's ask that question.
Well, with any client, we try to make sure that we have a great success rate, because in our business, we have a lot of referrals through clients that we've done business for. So our success rate with our clients are our commercial clients. And anyone we typically do business for, we make sure that we have a great success rate so we can be referred to that next job.
Okay, excellent. Now, what would you say is your next step for your company?
Well, the next step for communications networks infrastructure LLC, is that we definitely want to grow within our state. We want to make sure that we have diversified jobs, so not only commercial, but we want to expand out to different aspects, whether it be government or, even residential. We'll see where it leads us.
And you want to expand right here in Connecticut?
That is our goal, yes. Being that we are here, my home is here in Bridgeport, Connecticut, and so is my company, I believe that we can definitely expand within our state and do so effectively.
Okay, excellent. Now, how does your company actually get involved with the environmental concerns?
Yeah, a lot of, well, what we do at Networks Infrastructure LLC is that we make sure that we recycle. It's a big thing these days. We want to make sure that our environment is taken care of. So we do a lot of recycling when it comes to our boxes, our cardboard boxes, and we also do our scrap cabling, because sometimes we have to demo places and take out the old cabling to put in new ones. So we definitely would recycle all of those old cables.
And do you have any green initiatives that you're involved with?
Well, we're looking more into that to see where else we can be of help to the environment. But right now we're doing the recycling.
And usually with a lot of companies, maybe in your area or other areas, all right, what is your competitive edge?
I love this part. Well, our competitive edge is that we make sure that we keep our costs low. Our overhead, we make sure that we keep that very low so that we can send the cost savings to our customers. So we make sure we keep a nice little cap on our overhead.
All right, excellent, excellent. And how do you actually market your business?
Well, that's the thing. We don't. We don't market our business. Networks Infrastructure, like I said, LLC, we make sure that our customers are well taken care of, so they will refer us to the next client. So we're very happy to be on a platform that's so respected as this, so that we can get our name out there, but we don't typically market at this time.
Okay. Now, to give us a better idea of what you do, if I'm buying, let's say, a computer, all right, would you help me to actually put it together and network it for my company? Could you explain that?
Well, yes, I can definitely explain that. We don't actually do the IT portion of it. We're the infrastructure. We do lay the cabling, the horizontal cabling, and so on for your computers, for your phone systems. That's what we do, but we don't actually do the IT part of it.
Oh, okay.
Not yet, anyway.
All right. Okay, all right. So you're working on that.
That's what I have in the back of my head, yes.
Okay. So wires and things of that nature.
Yes.
All right, excellent. Now, with clientele in New York, what keeps you here in Connecticut?
What keeps me here is, like I said, this is where I live. This is where I am passionate about, and this is where I believe that we can grow. So with a lot of opportunity in New York, that's fine. But in my home state, in our where our business is located, I believe that we can be successful right here in Connecticut.
Okay. Now, just how did you get started in your business?
Well, that's a long story.
You have time.
Well, a few years ago, my husband and I, my husband was working in this field, and we decided that, because I'm business-minded, even though I was a nurse at the time, that we would go into business and we would open our telecommunications company, which we did. We went ahead and opened up, the first company was MKJ Communications. Martin is my husband's name, I'm Kadisha, and my son was Jaden at the time. A little tacky, but that was what it was. And we opened that up, but that wouldn't have lasted too long because, we had two people who were working full-time jobs trying to make sure that a company does well. That doesn't always work. So that kind of went to the wayside. After doing that, we ended up opening, my husband got laid off. He got laid off from his job, and we decided it's now or never. So we went ahead and we opened our first company, Communications Infrastructure Corp., which is currently in operations, doing well in Manhattan.
Oh, fantastic.
So, we opened that up and we took all our savings and we poured it into that. And I was vice president of that company for 5 years, and we did well together, but we have a little healthy competitive edge. So I decided to go ahead and open up Networks Infrastructure LLC, my baby, and move it forward.
And it seems like it's going well.
Yes.
Because I see that twinkle in your eye, right, with your company.
Yes. It's
Now,
a passion.
now, as a business owner, wife, mother, and community leader, because I understand that you do volunteer work, what keeps you motivated?
On this wonderful Women's Day, I think it's what keeps many women motivated. It's that, we have to keep going. We typically look at things as if we're doing it for others rather than ourselves first. And that is a great attribute that we have as women. That keeps me going. It keeps me going to know that I'm keeping my family going. It keeps me going to know that I can assist my community. It keeps me going to know that I'm able to pay my employees, or just making making positive waves in other people's lives. That's what keeps me motivated.
Excellent. Now, do you find being in the community has helped your business at all?
Well, again, being that I don't have much business in Connecticut, I don't know if that has helped my business, but hopefully it will in the future. But I'm looking to expand within Connecticut now, but most of our clientele is we have to leave the state to
Okay.
together.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, as far as volunteering is concerned, what are some of the areas that you volunteer in?
Well, I've previously been on the Board of Education, Bridgeport Board of Education, fighting for, our children of our city to get what they need and deserve. Everyone knows that it is hard at this time with the state budget. Everyone's trying to fight for what they need in funding. However, I do believe that our children should be a priority in funding. And I do believe that everyone that has the ability to fight and assist these children in getting what they need should do so in any way, in any capacity they find fit. And that's the reason I joined that. But I do a lot of different things. I also advocate for charter schools, regular schools, whichever schools that work for our children, that are supporting them and educating them as they deserve.
Okay, very good. Now, one of the things I like to share with our audience is books sometimes. And one of the books that I have a suggestion, you might even be familiar with it. It is, the name of it is How to Read a Book. Are you familiar with that?
How to Read a Book.
How to Read a Book by Mortimer Adler. It's actually a classic. And do you know how many ways there are to read?
No, no, you have to educate me on that.
Well, the book actually points out there's four ways. All right, there's syntopical. All right, the way we learned in school was elementary,
Okay.
which was one word at a time, and whereas we speak in about 200 to 300 words a minute,
Yeah.
whereas our brain is actually working at 1,000 words a minute. So you ever notice that sometimes you read a book and you start getting sleepy?
Oh yes, I
Right.
noticed that a lot.
Because we're slowing our brain down.
Yes,
right?
yes.
All right. So sometimes when you're reading, you might be thinking about other things.
Yes.
Whereas syntopical reading, all right, you're reading in sentences and paragraphs.
Okay.
And it actually helps speed up your learning or actually reading curve about 3 times more. And it'd be good for some of the students that you might talk to, or parents, things of that nature.
That sounds
Right.
incredible.
Yes.
Syntopical reading.
Yeah, it's syntopical. That's one of the
Okay.
ways of reading. But the name of the book is How to Read a Book by Mortimer Adler.
I think that can help me even. So I will definitely
All
be
right.
looking into that.
And you said you have children too.
I do.
Right.
I have 3 children. Jaden, which he's my 12-year-old going on 13. Kaden Coates, which is my 9-year-old girl, which she's going on 25, but you know, that's my Kaden. And I have a 3-year-old, Aiden Brielle Coates. That's our Spitfire. So yes, those are my babies, and I have nieces and nephews that I can also name too. But you know, I'm tired for that.
Well, the other book that I was going to suggest also was Accelerated Learning into the 21st Century. And with that book, it actually shows people how they actually learn. There's about 9 ways of learning. And if you find out with your child as far as that way is concerned, it'll speed their learning curve, right, much better. And unfortunately, in the school system, there's only 2 ways they teach, and that's mathematical, right, is one way, and then also I believe it's the reading side. All right.
And every child is different.
Absolutely.
With my son, he will get very frustrated if he does not like the subject. So it's good to know these different ways of doing things. My daughter, she can focus and she can get it done as long as she grasps the concepts. And the baby, we're yet to see where she's going to go with it. But it's important to know how your child's learning style is. So this is a great
Plus, it
step.
helps us as far as being in business too, because it's part of communication,
Very
all right, and talking to individuals and things of that nature, which will move your business forward. So when
Oh,
you can
yes.
keep on the right wavelength,
Yes.
you'll be able to reach those people much better.
Which I have struggled with in the past, but praise God, I'm getting better.
All right, excellent. Now, as far as your vision is concerned, as far as your company is concerned, where do you see you're going to be in the next 5 to 10 years?
Oh, I'll share that with you. But in the next 5 to 10 years, I envision the company being very prosperous, being able to, of course, acquire our business in Connecticut, but also going out to different states. And my ultimate goal is actually to make sure that the business does overseas work. So in 5 to 10 years, this is what I see for my business moving ahead in a positive light. And not only that for the business itself, but helping others in the interim.
Okay. Now, I was going to ask that question. As far as international, do you see yourself being international?
Oh.
And I was thinking about particularly where you're from.
Yes.
Right? Are you planning on going back?
Jamaica, West Indies. Oh, I mean, I'm going back in the next 2 weeks for a little vacation. But I would love to do some work there. My uncle recently sent me something via text message saying, do you know that Jamaica had the first television program before the U.S., the television service before the U.S.? I said, no, I didn't know that. You know, so I would love to actually do work in my country. I've thought about it. And other places as well. I'm taking currently an international management course, and I'm doing my writing on Brazil and South Africa. So even those places, you know, they have some economies that are doing really well and progressing. So that could be the next place. You never know.
Yes. Now, that's good because Jamaica is a very beautiful country.
Oh my!
Right. I was there. Our first time there was in 1970. We spent 3 weeks there,
Yes.
and the food was
Lucky
delicious.
you.
Love the it's the
Snaffle?
well, that, but also your goat
Oh,
right?
oh yes, curry
And
goat.
curry goat. All right, love that.
Yes.
All right, and then also, of course, the chocolate, which was Milo.
Oh, Milo. Oh, chocolate. Everybody from the Caribbean knows Milo. Yes.
Yes. Excellent, excellent.
Yes, yes.
So I'm sure you'll enjoy that event.
Oh, yes.
Well, you're going in 2 weeks, so you'll have fun down there.
We're all about the food. Yes.
Now, as far as your company again, who's your competition?
My competition. Well, when looking out to see who my competition is, I definitely try to see who is doing the same thing I'm doing, but not only that, who's doing more than what we're doing. They're actually expanding into IT, as you were saying. So my competition are companies that do commercial work, companies that actually are not only doing low voltage wiring, but actually expanding into IT and different aspects of telecommunication, because that is my goal. I see them as my competition, even though I'm not even there as of yet.
Now, from the things that you do, what is it that you like best about your company?
What do I like best about my company? I like that we make sure that our clients are well serviced, that they come back and say, you're a small company, but you did better than this bigger company. I like that. Anybody likes positive feedback, but I love that, and I love that I'm able to take care of things as they come, even if there's a hiccup. Sometimes when we just tell the client that, okay, there's a hiccup here and this is how we can fix it, our clients are so happy and they come back to us. So I definitely enjoy the positive feedback from my clients. That's what I love the most about my company.
Excellent.
Yes.
Now, we have a lot of business viewers that are out there, and especially in the economy, there are challenges and various things of that nature. What are some of the things that you have done to overcome some of the challenges that you experience?
Well, so one of my challenges recently have been, just finding some skilled workforce. And to overcome that, we actually see that, sometimes people look at training as, okay, I'm going to lose money because I have to train this person. They're not ready and equipped to do the work, so we're going to lose money on them. But we see training as an awesome way to make sure that our new new team member is able to work with us and will be able to provide the same services that we provide, the excellence in wiring and the craftsmanship that we give. We want to make sure that they also are able to do so. So we overcome our issues with that, with making sure that training is a priority.
Now, bringing that up, and I'm sure our viewers are thinking about it, especially with what's going on in the political environment out there when it comes to healthcare. All right, have you had any challenges with that at all with your company?
I think everyone has had challenges these days with healthcare. Yes, with I've even had some people I call and just trying to figure out how to best assist us with healthcare. I forget which organization it was, but they had called and said, what do you as a small business want to see in healthcare? What do you need? And our basic reply was quality healthcare that is affordable. And, it is hard for any small business to maintain proper healthcare for their team members. However, with the Obamacare and things like that, I believe that's what our employees are using at this time. But it is definitely a continued challenge, and hopefully we'll be able to conquer that soon.
Yes, yes. And how many employees do you have presently?
Oh, well, I can't lump the other company with mine, because mine, I'm a new up and coming. So right now we have, including myself, only 5. But you know, my husband, we have this competitive thing, so I cannot say that his are mine because we're separate now. So I currently have 5 and we're moving for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I have to ask though, how many employees does your husband have?
Well, he has upwards of probably 15 now, I would think.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you're growing.
Yes.
You're growing. Good. Good.
Yes.
Excellent. So it's good to see your success, right? That you're having in your company, and that you're based here in Bridgeport. And matter of fact, how do you find the environment here in Bridgeport with your company?
You know, it's like I said, it's my home. This is where I live. So having my company here is second nature, and I love it. You know, I don't have any big issues as, you know, the business world in Bridgeport. They are very accepting, very everyone wants to push you forward for you to have success. So I'm happy with the environment as far as business goes within Bridgeport, because they're willing and able to assist small business, and that's what I love about it.
Well, that's good, because Bridgeport is trying to attract businesses here,
Yes.
the business environment to increase economic development
Oh,
and things
yes.
of that nature. So that's excellent.
And that is why I want my company to grow, because I know that if we make sure that our companies grow within our city, within our state, we can also improve, you know, different things. We're able to give charitably. We're able to make sure taxes are, you know, given. There's so many things that help our city when we go ahead and improve our companies and make them grow.
It helps the infrastructure, right?
Oh yes, don't forget my infrastructure. Yes.
Yes, indeed. So, Kadisha, you know, a lot of great information you've given us today. But how might our audience actually get in touch with you?
Well, you can definitely get in contact with me at KCOATES at net-wiring. That's WIRING.com. KCoats at net-wiring.com.
And your phone number?
And our phone number is 203-427-0011.
Super. All right. Once again, thank you so much.
You're definitely welcome.
All right.
Thank you.